Okay, I want to do this quick little video on Bank of America. It was a real interesting chart. Really kind of liked it. Actually, it was a trade that I lost on, and I'll show you why here. This had, looking over the past, this is a 3-year chart, a weekly chart, and looking over the past, it was real easy as I put up areas of support and resistance here, and right around looks like about $18, I want to say. So it, tagged back down here, run up to 18, tagged back down here, ran up to 18, tagged back down here, ran. I mean, it just stayed in that area. You could have played that and done well for a long time. Right here, I took a chance going into the before the Fed decision. I took a chance on possibly seeing, and that's kind of, I'm going over with you what my mistake was on here. I was going to see if we could get a nice run and a breakout. This time finally, after 1, 2, 3, and 4 times, I was trying to be a little optimistic to see if we could get a breakout here, so I took up some calls on it, and it didn't break up. It break up past the 18 and run. I had my alert set, never did it. It failed down here. I got stopped out. I didn't lose very much. It was just to see if we could get above this area. I think I got stopped out at 17 and a half. So I kept it really tight because I was unsure, but I was just kind of going for it. And sure enough, it failed, and it brought us all the way back down here to this area of support. You can see in through here was really nice, right around $14. And so if you look past here, the histogram on the MACD should have kind of gave me a little fair warning, but I was still in when it was a little more positive, and the RSI was still up on the weekly. It was still up above 50. Everything looked good when I was in it, like I said, but I kept my stop really tight, and it just broke down. So this is where we are today. We're back down here at these lower levels, 13 and a half. This looks like an area from where the last breakout had run. So this looks like an area of support here temporarily. But again, I don't like this because, it's just starting to kind of have this flush on it. You might get a little bit of a bounce. I like to see things play out a little bit longer than just trying to catch, the falling knife, as they would say. I'd like to see a couple of candles. I'd like to see a turnaround first. Right now, everything is very negative. It's barely holding up the RSI at 40. The MACD is negative, and of course, this is under the 200-day moving average now. Pretty big. It hasn't broke down this moving average and stayed below it for 1, 2, almost 2.5 years. So in 2.5 years, it has not done this. Now, I don't normally want to go back further, but I need to see some more information. So let's go back to, let's just call it 10 years weekly. And we can see, I can see it already. This is a beautiful chart. Okay, so right here, on a weekly chart, this is where you were looking for the trade. This came in really nice here, got above it, tested it, and never went underneath the moving average. This was hands on deck, go for it. So this was really, really nice. And it moved up from here from 14, like I said, to about 18. And it did that for a couple of years. Now we're down here to where the original breakout occurred. So we want to let this play out a little bit to see if it's what's gonna happen here, because if this breaks down here, man, I guess the first stop is maybe around $10, and then after that, this gets ugly again. So are we gonna see the banks start to break down again? I don't want to take a bearish or a bullish case on either one. I would like to see what develops. The trade was here, and obviously I got stopped out here. But this could have been a short possibly. I wouldn't be short or long until I got some confirmation. I'm going to actually set up an alert right now as I'm doing this to get below, let's call it $13.25. That is about right. If it breaks below $13.25, I'm going to get short with both hands. And you know why? Because look at how it can play out. Boom. You know, that'll be a flush to come. So there it is. I know it's on a longer term chart, but you know the options are so cheap on Bank of America. You know, because the stock is priced so little. Even if you go out to, let's say you go out to January of 17, 362 days left on it, you're talking about, you know, $1.34, $1.37, and look at this. Now that I've just seen this, look at the volume on the puts compared to 16,000 on the calls, 11, and 6,000 here on the 15s. Look at that staggering amount right here on the 13 puts. You know, if that falls to 10, that's 3 times your money. There you go. So I don't know what they're thinking here, but it looks like they might be thinking that this breaks down. So I've got an alert set up here. I'm going to put this in my trade window, and I'm going to keep it running. And if this breaks down, I'm going to take those right away, those puts on it, and then I'm going to look for, let's see here, price level. Let's look for this. I'm going to look for $11 for the next stop because of here, in this area here where it started to break out from. I'm going to look for the $11 area and take some off there and see what happens. But this could be a bear case setup. But like I said, I want to let it play out. It's either going to break below or it's going to hold up, and then you get long the stock. Don't do anything now. Wait for the confirmation and be safe.